Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Q&A. It's Shelly's Millions. I want to jump right into the questions because it's a good question. Because we don't just talk about unemployment, I want to switch into budgeting and investing tips and helping you with your finances, interviewing. Did I say that already? Anyway, good morning, Siegel. Great question. My credit score is at 644. Car loan interest is at 8%. Yet I've been with Ally Bank, it's a good bank, for 2 years. Can I get a lower interest rate or doomed at 8% because my score is only 644? Does it need to be 700? Okay, I'm going to admit I'm not sure what the actual number needs to be, but the phone calls are pretty quick to find out if you can get a lower interest rate. And even though you're with Ally Bank, I really suggest looking into a credit union to see about getting a lower interest rate. And in terms of your credit score, one tip that might not count as a hard inquiry in terms of improving your credit score, right? They look at your total credit utilization. Can you get in contact with any of the people that you hold a credit card with and see if they will increase your limit? And ask them, though, is this going to count as a hard inquiry? With some credit lenders, I understand that it can, and in others, it doesn't. So when you have an inquiry to open a new line of credit, sometimes that counts against your credit score. But yeah, and can you get your utilization rate down on any of your credit cards? I know it's tough because we're all coming off of unemployment, but 8% is a really high rate. I know not in the too distant past, credit unions were offering as low as 1.69%. They're also going to look at the payment history on your car specifically when you're talking about negotiating a lower interest rate on your auto loan. You might even be able to call the same lender that you're with already with your car loan and say, "Hey, I'm shopping around rates. I haven't missed any payments. If you want to keep my business, can you please lower my interest rate?" And it's worth the phone calls. Two credit unions to try are going to be First Entertainment Credit Union and Navy Federal Credit Union. And again, I know for sure, at least with First Entertainment Credit Union, you do not need to be a member of the entertainment industry to be to get loans through them. So good luck with that, and thank you for the question. Vanjie says, if I paid all of my credit cards now, the full balance, won't my credit score go down? Curious. No, it should go up. They do like to see, though, payment history. So if you just opened a credit card last month and you pay the balance in full, it actually still should be fine. Really, you guys, if you can, and I know a lot of us are not in this position, you want to pay off the balance in full. Something else that I do, that I've done, right, in the past is I do have a good credit score, but I look for offers for a 0% interest rate on a card. And let's say you have 5 little credit cards. Most credit cards charge you an interest rate of 14.99% all the way up to like 24.99%. That's a lot. So that's almost 25%. So if your interest rate is 24.99%, that's going to mean that if you have a credit card balance of $100, you're paying $25 a month extra in interest. And that's an incredibly high rate. If you can get one new credit card that offers you a 0% interest rate, sometimes it's for 6 months, sometimes it's for 12 months, sometimes you can find that 0% interest rate for up to 18 months. That's going to be your best one. If you can get one of those and put all your little credit card balances onto the one new credit card at a 0% interest rate, I kind of like that. But yeah, paying they want to see payment history, but if you're paying your balance in full every month, then that's the history that they would that they would need. So yeah, that should not hurt your credit score. Ba, 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 ba. Michael says, Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you as well. You guys, I got to go see my mom today. Otherwise, she is going to not be thrilled with me. And I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. You guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm kind of excited about this. I know you guys are mixed on Claimer. They really helped get people through to the EDD. And I get that it's a bit cringe about paying to call the EDD, but I see that as the EDD's fault, not Claimers, right? Claimer, even though it sucks that they had people pay, they were smart business people, right? They saw a need and they filled it, and they are going to be moving into the tax space. So they're going to help us call the IRS come tax time. And I'm excited about that. And if you guys do still have a pending EDD unemployment claim, they are a good way to get a hold of the EDD. The link's in the description. And the free option, right, that's oftentimes better is emailing your assembly member, and they're also in the description. But I think that's cool that they're going to help us call the IRS, because that's a pain in the butt too. And again, is it a little cringe of Claimer? Maybe, but is it totally the fault of the IRS that they don't have enough people to answer the phones? That's what I think. Okay. Lily says, Happy Sunday. Joel says, I think lenders only look at FICO scores, I think. Yeah. So that would be the credit score, though. Oh, and you mean in terms of like not looking at the payment history of your on-time payments. And of course, on-time payments do play into your FICO score. So Gabriella says, not button to certify. Why? My benefit year ends next year. Oftentimes when the button's missing, it's a glitch that you do need to call the EDD to have them add it back on. Michael, it's still too early. You got to be good. Oho says, why does my EDD backdate letter say it's under review or validating process? So they got a lot of requests for people's claims to be backdated all at the same time. So they have to, backdating, it's not just fixing a glitch, right? They have to match up the timeline and often adjust the balance, because requesting backdating, especially if it's a regular unemployment claim, that can affect your base period wages. It can affect, it can change the time period that they based your claim off of, and it can change things like your weekly benefit amount. So it just takes a little while to validate the process. I have heard people, backdating is taking about 2 months if you just leave it alone, right? Your unemployment claim. But if you either call the EDD or you email your assembly member, oftentimes they can help speed up the process. Okay, good morning, Andrew. Hawaii was fun. My sister is engaged. Congratulations. Beautiful. Her boyfriend proposed on an Oahu beach. I'm like gonna cry. That's so sweet. I'm a big emotional person and I love love. Okay, Vanessa says, what's up? Lots of wonder if there's a fourth stimulus check. I doubt it. So that's what all the headlines are saying to grab our attention. But if you read them closely, they say they're leaving it up to each state to decide whether they are going to give the residents of each state a fourth stimulus check. And California already has in the form of the Golden State stimulus. So there won't be some other type of nationwide fourth stimulus check. It will be up to the state you live in. Most of us are in California, and California's already given us one in the form of the Golden State stimulus. Hi, Debbie. Why is it so hard to get through to the EDD still? Advice. So the first piece of advice would be quit trying to call and email the assembly member. I believe you already have. I've heard that Sundays are good again. There's always been the rumor though, do tier 2 reps work on Sundays, but I've heard that Sundays are a good time to try and call the EDD again. Claimer does get you through. Debbie, I don't know if I've gone live. Have I gone live since? I think I have, and I think you were in there. So The phone lines, the operating hours are still the same for the EDD. They were closed though Friday from 8 p.m. to Saturday at 8 p.m. So they were closed yesterday. Then usually when they're closed, it backs things up. So maybe not this Sunday. Ben, I haven't seen you in here. Yes, work is crazy and getting crazier. We're all burnt out. That's why a lot of people are talking about the great resignation. I think a lot of employers were hit really hard. And even though they're reopened, they haven't brought the same number of staff back and they're trying to do everything, but with way less people, and it's burning out the people that they have. So it's a little rough. Anyway, so Debbie, back to your question about how to get through. The other good times are 8 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. Like as soon as they open are really good times. And then maybe about 2:30 to 4 p.m. Generally, I recommend calling Tuesday through Saturday because Sunday's certification day. So a lot of people tend to call on Sundays. And there's the rumor that tier 2 reps don't work on Sundays. I don't know if that's true or not. I should have asked my contact that. They say that they do work though, but just that's not what I've had reported back to me. And then Mondays aren't necessarily a good day to call because everybody who didn't get through on Sunday is trying to call on Monday. So Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. or 2:30 to 4 p.m. are pretty much the best times, or to use Claimer or to bypass them altogether and just email your assembly member. Gabriella, oh, we did that. How long will it take? Oh, I'm doubling up on some of these. Good morning, Lil Rambo. How's your work, Ben? Like, oh, my back is so sore, you guys. Some of you guys recommended that CBD oil. I don't know. I don't know if that works. I think I just like icy hot. Icy hot, you can like feel it. The CBD balm or whatever it is, I don't like, it doesn't feel like it's doing anything. I don't know. I'm sore still from work and being on my feet. Good morning, Reyes family. You got certification weeks out of nowhere, but I submitted it. It says disqualification. Usually, not always, but a lot of times with disqualification, it means it's bringing up the old claim to certify on, but you should be certifying on a new claim, or you need to certify on a new claim, but it's bringing up the old claim. But with disqualifications, you do need to call them and get that sorted out. And I'm sorry about that. Lisa says, do you think we will get the FedEd extension again? No, I don't. They're not talking about extending unemployment benefits on the federal level. And unfortunately, the factors that they look at, they're looking at the national unemployment rate, which is under 5%, which looks good, even though it doesn't count a lot of the people that are no longer looking for work. And they look at the spending report, and that looks good. Part of it's due to inflation. Of course, people are spending more, but it's because things cost more in part. So, those are the factors that the federal government looks at when they talk about extending unemployment benefits. And right now, those factors look good to the politicians. So that makes it more unlikely that they would extend unemployment benefits. Fed Ed is directly tied into California's unemployment rate. But remember, and they did just release it's October. They would have just released the September unemployment rate for California, and that's still unchanged at 7.5%. It's the same as it was in August, which is actually a little bit surprising to me because the week that they counted in September should have counted the week when all of the federal unemployment programs expired. And so I expected it to drop in September, but it didn't. Now, 7.5% would be enough to qualify California to be in a period of unemployment that would qualify us for extended unemployment through the Fed Ed program. But that 7.5% number that they advertise is not, that's the IUR, the insured unemployment rate, and the number that you need to use in order for Fed Ed to trigger on in California needs to be the The TUR, the wait. Sorry. I said that backwards. The TUR is the 7.5%, but they use the IUR, the insured unemployment rate, to calculate whether California has Fed Ed triggered on. So they don't. So the true unemployment rate is 7.5%, but the IUR is lower. I haven't checked the most recent IUR yet for California, which I would do on the Department of Labor. Okay, let me take a sip of coffee. If you guys could please like the video, I would appreciate it. Okay. Colleen says, I'm on the second round of regular UI. Are there any other steps after this? There are not. Once that runs out, that will be the end of your unemployment benefits. Oh, or did I read Colleen's? That was Crystal's. We did Colleen's, who also says hello. Jose says, to 2 weeks on the new job. You like it so far? You're the ice cream maker man now. That sounds awesome. I love ice cream. I probably love it a little too much, but that's cool. Debbie says paying the $20 is hard when the odds are not very good to get a helpful customer service agent. Yeah, that's true, which is why I just like using the assembly members. It is really hard. To me, though, like the frustration, it was worth it. But yeah, when funds are limited and tight, it sucks to have to pay, but they at least offered people a way through, when the EDD failed us. The Reyes family says it's a new claim balance, and new benefit year end date. Okay, so that's what it is. They brought up the wrong claim for you to certify on, and that was nothing that was your fault. It probably, even though it shows the new claim numbers, the claim that you actually certified on was probably the old expired claim. And so they just need to roll it over, those certifications, onto the new claim so that you can get paid these weeks. That's been a problem this whole time along, and I don't know why that happened, but it is common and it is an easy fix when you call the EDD. Hi, T Baby G. Debbie, movie report. Any good scary shows? Crowd report. We are pretty busy. Everybody's coming to see Dune, which that's also on HBO Max, which if your cell phone carrier's AT&T, you get HBO Max for free. But, and you guys know I like free, I don't like paying for subscription services. But I do think Dune is the type of movie that should be seen on the big screen. It's epic. It's just going to look, the scenery is going to look better on a big screen. So that one's doing really well. So is The French Dispatch, which is the new like Wes Anderson film, the big cult following. So a lot of people coming out like in costumes from the Royal Tannenbaums. Everybody comes wearing their beanies because of like The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. So that's always kind of fun when people come like dress themed to go see the movie. So yeah. And then I'm still a fan of The Rescue. Okay, and I gotta go see my mom today. Okay, the Reyes family says like 30 people beat him up. Wait, with bats, and he still. Wait, what? Oh, this must be about Halloween Kills, and that reminds me, I've got my chat set to top chat instead of live chat, which then means I miss things. So if I missed your question, it might be because I had it set to live or top chat, not live chat. Okay. Lisa Marie says, still waiting for them to switch me from the Fed Ed over to my regular UI claim. You would have needed to get a specific letter saying notice of eligibility to remain on pandemic emergency unemployment compensation. A lot of people got an award letter, a benefit award letter, but just because you got the benefit award letter for a new claim doesn't necessarily mean that you qualified for a new claim. If you didn't do any work since filing your original claim, you can't have two back-to-back claims without having gone back to work and done some work. Now, if you got an award letter but you didn't get the notice of eligibility to remain on pandemic emergency unemployment compensation letter, then they should have sent you the 1277 letter, determination of invalid claim, which would say that's kind of the clause that explains about the lag period. So, but if you did have work since filing your original claim of at least $1,300 in your highest quarter, then you have to call, or if you received that letter about the eligibility to remain on PEUC, then you should call them and find out why they haven't begun you on your new claim. But keep in mind, if you haven't done any work since filing the original claim, they apparently they're telling people that they made errors. And Lisa Marie, you're welcome. Jahan says, I was not able to collect any money from my unemployment. Now they told me it's over and there's no more money. Can I apply again? You can try and apply, but if you haven't done any work since filing your original claim, you wouldn't qualify for a new claim. Jay Bay, I'm gonna, okay, you guys, Jason Bay has a great channel and we did a collaboration. He popped in. And so check that out over on his channel if you haven't already. I got to edit our video, but I also have to go see my mom today. So I don't know. And I will edit it. And I'm getting better at using iMovie. Okay. He says, I have tenants who haven't paid rent in over 30 days, but who have filled out housing is key application. I have also filled out my portion, but it never seems to get paid out. Does anyone get paid? They do, but just like unemployment, there is a lag. It's good that both you and the tenant have both filled that out. The person that I talked to, my contact at the Housing is Key program, said that that's what expedites it. The tenant should have been assigned a caseworker, and that caseworker can kind of tell them where it's at. Has it been 30 days since you filled out that paperwork? But yeah, they're behind on that program as well. I would think that if it's been a month since you submitted the documents, I would think that you're probably getting close to getting that payment. I'll do a poll on my channel and see how long, like on average, it takes people to get it. Now, JB's a landlord, so this might not be good news for him. If it did come to the point where you needed to evict the tenant, I've heard that as long as they've applied for housing is key, even if they haven't received the payments yet, a judge wouldn't even hear the case. So that's bad news for landlords. It's good news for probably most of my viewers. uh, more than 30 days ago. Yeah, follow up with the tenant and ask them to call their caseworker. Say, hey, were you assigned a caseworker when you signed up for Housing is Key? Since it has been 30 days, would you mind giving them a call and seeing if they can give you an estimate on when I might receive those payments? That's what I would do on that. That sucks. Yeah, but government programs take forever. So housing is key also, J-Bay should, if they're already behind, it should pay for 12 months of past rent and up to 3 months of future rent. So if they weren't behind when they applied, they should be eligible for up to 3 months of future rent. If they were already behind when they applied for the program, then they should be eligible for 12 months of back rent plus the 3 months of future rent. I know you're up north in Oakland, so I don't know where this property is. I don't know if you have property in Oakland. But in Oakland, they do put a maximum amount of $15,000 that they will pay out. Um, so there can be maximums depending on the city or county. But in some cities or counties, there's not a maximum. So it should come soon. But yeah, try asking the tenant to contact their caseworker. All right, good to see you in here. And Maya says, today is my last day. My claim balance is ending and can't renew my claim next year. Yeah, so your benefit year does need to have come to an end in order to file a new claim. So a lot of people are probably running into that situation where they were approved for a new claim, but now that is about to end as well. Scotty's in Utah for store coverage again, but wanted to stop by and say hello. That's cool. So Scotty found an entry level position at Chuck E. Cheese, which I actually think is really cool. Um, and then initially he was like, man, they're making me do the work of a manager here. A lot of companies are. But then he got promoted and now you're traveling for work. That's a big deal. Like that means that they trust you. I always love traveling. I've never been to Utah, and traveling on the company's dime, I think is the best way to go explore and see a city. Hopefully they're giving you per diem. Per diems where they pay for your meals as well. Hopefully they've got you in a nice um, hotel, but like that is a good position to be in, to be a trusted employee where your employer is sending you to cover other locations. And I always like that. I like learning about different people. I have had the opportunity to travel with my company for a while. And thank you, Jason Bay Real Estate Investing. If you guys have not seen the collaboration that we did, check it out on his channel. And sometime this week, I don't have an at to. I have to see my mom today. And my next day off won't be until Thursday. So, but sometime this week. We're going to put up the collaboration that we did on my channel. Okay. Michael says, I work for Season Game. I don't know what Season Game is, but if you're working and you like it, I like it. Okay. Brandy M. What? Oops, my nose itches. Let me drink some coffee. And guys, don't forget to like the video. Okay. What? I don't see the rest of your question, Brandy. Okay, Killerman says Senate called me, but State Assembly already asked for proof of address. But it's been 4 days since they emailed me back. What should I do? I want a payment before the first. So I would email your assembly member again and say, hey, I am experiencing financial hardship. Is there any way that you can push this payment through any faster? And see what they respond. All right, Debbie. All the phone prompts have changed. Can I advise on new number sequences? So the phone prompts have changed. It's going to call, and before it will even let you hold, it's going to want you to enter your social security number. And I was actually worried that Claimer would not be able to get through with that, but I did test it out and they are. And I know that you don't have the money right now or don't think it's worth it, and that's fine. I'm just kind of saying that for anybody that may not be familiar and may be popping in and may be wondering if it still works with the new prompts. And it does. I don't know new phone tricks for that yet. I am keeping my eyes peeled for that, but yeah, I haven't seen it. And when I was researching for you, if their hours had changed, I think that was last Sunday, right? Um, I couldn't get through either. I called several times. I called before I went live. I called a few times after I went live, and I couldn't get through. But I wanted to find out that information for you. So I actually paid for Claimer using my own referral link to see if they could still get through with the new prompts, and they can. Um, but yeah, Debbie, maybe try today between 2:30 and 4. That's gonna be my advice, but yeah, I don't know. So it used to be that you listen to the long intro message and then quickly hit 134, and that would get you through. I will say that one of the times I called, I was like, "What if I just totally enter a wrong Social Security number?" And so I just hit like 00000, and that did get me through to the point where it said, "We're sorry. We are experiencing a high call volume. Please try your call again later." Um, so it, that got me through to that message, but I was not allowed um, to hold. Michael, if I skipped your question, you guys, if I missed your question, I had my settings set incorrectly. One day I'll learn. I'm not properly caffeinated yet. Look, I even got lipstick on my coffee cup. Anyway, um, go ahead and ask it again. So Brandy says, I worked in July of 2020, but not even a full 40 hours. I received an award letter, but the amount was zero. Does that mean I'm screwed as far as the new claim? Yeah, if your award letter says $0, then that also means you did not qualify for a new claim. It would have needed to be at least $1,300 in your highest earnings quarter since filing your original claim in order to qualify for that back-to-back unemployment claim. So yeah, unless you started working again and then for a W-2 employer and then got let go through no fault of your own, unfortunately, you wouldn't qualify for another claim. So that is what's going on there. Guys, I'm curious, I haven't been able to post videos as much as I would like. And so this week, and this might be true for me too, you guys, I know that I love my company. Um, but I wanna explore my other options. Like I said, when I got furloughed, my resume wasn't up to date. I do think that's important. I've been cleaning up my social media. I have been adding connections on LinkedIn, and I was kinda sharing that with you guys all week long in the community post. Are you guys doing that? I know, one of my channel members also asked me about disability insurance, and unfortunately, I don't have a lot of information on that. I will say that a lot of times it seems like disability insurance claims are denied and you have to like keep appealing and applying to get put on disability. So so there's that. But good luck to the person that was asking about that. Okay, Michael is saying, do I need to wait for my new benefits year of 420? I worked part-time seasonal. Okay, so if your benefit year was 420, then your old benefit year would have ended in April of this year. So you would have needed to file a new claim back in April of this year. I'm confused. You have partial EDD for your part-time. So, I mean, I'm the question isn't coming through very clear. I know that you're limited to the 200 characters over there. That's so frustrating. Um, but you would just certify for benefits each week. If you have an open claim right now, you would see if you qualify. Or are you saying your claim and you were on an extension? So have you filed for a new claim? So you would meet the some work requirement, but, you know, they would use this new info and your yeah, so yeah, if you're yeah. So Michael, my advice to you is definitely to apply for a new claim and see if you qualify. However, you're only working part-time right now, and so even if it was approved, I still believe the work requirement is that you're supposed to look for full-time employment each week, and list it and register for Cal jobs and all of that. Also, it's very likely that your new weekly benefit amount would be lower than your previous weekly benefit amount. If your previous weekly benefit amount was based on full-time wages, and when you file a new claim, it would be based on part-time wages, I'm just guessing, but it would probably be easy to get the excessive earnings warning, and then if you get that, then you wouldn't qualify for benefits that week, and then also, even the maximum weekly benefit amount is $450, and that's before they reduce that's the maximum. The minimum weekly benefit amount is $40, and then, they deduct based on how much you earn. My point is that it would probably be pretty easy to get the excessive earnings warning and then not qualify for benefits. Okay. Debbie Hall, faxed the new application on 9/15. Still no response. Do you think I should refax or mail the 9/15 copy with a note? Yeah, I 9/15, and you haven't received any information back from them, then I think I would, because it's been a month and a half. Debbie, I can't remember. I would email your assembly member if you can, and I would say, "Hey, I sent an application back on September 15th and I haven't heard. Are you able to check on the status of my unemployment claim?" Um, and yeah, I kind of do think that I would mail a an application. The worst thing that would happen if they get both of them is one of them would say that it's a duplicate. Um, but yeah, now I see why you're trying to call because you wanna confirm if they received that or not. Yeah, I would do the you could do the free call on that. Um, and if you can't get through, yeah, you could just go ahead and mail a second application. And I think if you faxed the first time, I think I would choose regular mail this time. Okay. Purples. Okay. Brandy, I do see your question. I'm gonna read some on my way back up though. So purple left some bat emojis, which I love. And oh, just stopping to say hi on your lunch break. Well, thank you. Okay. And Michael, I see yours as well. So I'm scrolling back up. Okay. Michael says doing the, oh wait, no, we did Michael's. Brandy says, are they reinstating the PEUD? I think you probably mean C. Your 12-year-old daughter tested positive for COVID 2 weeks ago and had to quarantine for 10 days. So you would need to, no, they're not, is the short answer, not unemployment. You could see about medical leave from your job. If you're working right now, if you're back at work, you could see if they offer anything. But if you're not back at work, so you would get like potentially sick pay through an employer, but there's nothing through the state right now for that. Sorry, I have like a weird, sorry, I don't mean to do strange things with my mouth. Anyway, while I drink coffee, if you guys could like the video, that would be wonderful. Okay. Yeah, we did do Michael's. Used to have EDD to cover your part-time. Yeah, but so EDD, yeah, used to supplement part-time work, but it's gonna work a little bit differently. My advice, though, is if you haven't filed a new claim, file a new claim, see if you're awarded a weekly benefit amount, and then certify for benefits, and then that will let you know, if you're approved, that will let you know each week if you qualify for funding or not. BCC says, "When will I get a job?" I've been back at work. I work 50 hours a week at my job that I've had for 25 years. Plus I do YouTube. So yeah, I work full time and then some. I got home from work at 3 a.m. and I woke up in time to be here live for people that have unemployment questions. Um, and I'm hoping to grow my channel big enough that I can actually hire assistants to help me with that. So yeah, that's when I will get a job. Brandy, I got yours about qualifying for a new claim about the $0 amount. I answered that one. I also answered the one about your daughter. And I hope she's healthy though, and all of that. Okay. I do not work at Subway, but if I did, there's nothing wrong with that. I work at a movie theater. I clean floors and bathrooms and sell popcorn, not in that order. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, let's see here. Michael says I was getting direct deposit and worksheet every 25 days and now it's stopped. So that sounds like for unemployment benefits, and most of the programs did end. That might be why that stopped. Hi, Alex. Tommy says, thank you for my service in light. Unemployment ends 11/7/2021. I worked 18 months prior and will file again. If I find work and file again, will it satisfy my lag period? Can it be W-2 and or 1099? So Tommy, there's a lot going on with this. So, first of all, they're also gonna look at even if you went to work right now, I'm not sure it would show up right now is what I'm trying to say. They normally don't look at your 3 most recent months, basically, and even though they're not going back 18 months on the base period, they're looking at in your current benefit year or in between your current benefit year. Um, it would need to be $1,300. You would need to sorry, you would need to have $1,300 since filing your original claim from a W-2 employer, right? And you're saying that you don't have that yet. If okay, so in my situation, my benefit year, I filed for unemployment on March 15th of 2020, but I got W-2 wages on 5 days later with it in my benefit year when I received my last paycheck from my W-2 employer, and that was more than $1,300. So that satisfies the 5 days later, that payment that I got from my job, that satisfies the earnings requirement. Then separately is the sum work requirement. The sum work can actually be from 1099. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my mom today. We haven't seen a movie. I really wanna film about her budget. Um, but I'm so tired, I don't know if I wanna film today, and then if I film, she lives about 35 miles from me. So if we film, I would need to go pick her up, bring her here, film, and then take her back home. And so I don't know what we're gonna do. You put a Chinese food box. You know what's weird? I don't love Chinese food. I'll eat it if other people want to go there. Can't wait for the guy commenting that I work at Subway to comment that I'm talking about eating because um Daniel Costa is telling him that I have a job. Anyway, I don't love Chinese food, but I'll eat that if, with someone else. So if my mom wants to go do that, we can do that. I love pho. I'm probably not saying that right, but I love that. Thank you, Alex M. You also have a wonderful day as well. What is that little thing? Are those like a bouquet of flower? Oh, it is a honeybee, but he looks like he's got a little flower on his head. Anyway, thank you for the cute emojis. Have a great rest of your day. Um, Thank you guys for letting everyone know that I have a job. I have 2 jobs. And guys, some of the time when I wanna be making videos, I'm just literally deleting people impersonating me off the channel, and I'm still not catching them all, and it's driving me nuts. Because our days are long at the movie theater right now. Very grateful to be back at work, but yeah, it's rough. It's rough just being on our feet and the long hours and the one person doing the job of 3 or 4, which is why or 5, which is why, I'm gonna go ahead and update my resume as well. I'm encouraging you guys to do that. I have in addition to the collaborations that I've done with Jay Bay, who's the landlord that was asking about the rent relief, I've got some coming up with a couple people that work in HR and have, like, resume and interviewing tips. Somebody popped in to make a comment. That's okay. We get that in the comments all the time that go to work as if it's so easy. I'm really curious about the Great Resignation. Like, I was trying to ask my roommate the other day. I was like my garage roommate, who's also my best friend, but it's just easier to call them my roommate. Anyway, I don't have, like, a in my house roommate. So, I was like, "Do you think that all workplaces are just kind of toxic? Like, even if we find another job now, is that just because someone else left because they were already overworked from doing the job of 5 people?" That's what I'm worried about. But, I still want us all to go out and find our dream jobs or, live our best life and be optimistic. Darlene says, "Received a phone interview with the EDD, then got a letter um, needing W-2 from 2020 and still waiting." So they're asking for your W-2 from 2020. Did you send that to them? Did you upload that document? Um, and if you did, it can take 3 weeks from uploading the document in order to find out about the claim. Um, or is that for past payments that were released to you conditionally? They should let you know after they receive those documents the decision, but if there's any questions, kind of the options are to call or to email your assembly member and say, "Hey, I finally had my phone determination interview." Why is this like not scrolling all the way down? Okay, there we go. Um, yes, you sent it the next day. So yeah, it could take a little while after sending those documents to here. And was that to verify that you were eligible for the conditional payments, or was that in regards to a new claim? Anyway, if you do still have questions about that, I would email your assembly member and have them kind of help you and see if they can speed it along. Hi, Rich. Rich, are you doing Shiba Inu coin? um, I'm curious about that. It's available on Webull and not on Robinhood yet. And it's so weird how like some stock trading platforms have some altcoins and some don't. Now I'm talking Pi Poly. Now I'm babbling about cryptocurrency because that's what all the channels are doing. Yeah, I don't either. Well, let me take that back. I won $5 from Webull in Shiba Inu coin. And it's like something crazy, like 1,000,000 Shiba Inu coins or something like that. But yeah, they're not even worth a penny. Okay, so, but anyway, it's kind of funny. Brandy says, I saw AOC try to get EDD benefits reinstated a while ago, and I heard Biden was on board, but I also heard it was pretty unlikely. I'm guessing that's still the case. Yeah, I actually did a video on that. AOC was trying, they call it lip service, right? Telling people what they want to hear in politics. And, um, at least she said it. I think we did as American people, we wanted to hear that someone was fighting for unemployment benefits for us, which at least she did. At least she's on the record saying that she thinks it's going to be extended. But because they're looking at the national unemployment rate, which is under 5%, they're looking at the spending report, which is good, but that's partially due to inflation. They're not looking at expanding these unemployment benefits for us. And she kind of she knew that even when she was introducing that bill, there was some support behind it. But Democrats are needing to compromise a lot even to get the infrastructure bill passed and approved. And extending unemployment benefits have never really been part of that package. That some people are calling it the stimulus package, but it's really an infrastructure package. How that would stimulate the economy is by creating jobs, hopefully good jobs. But yeah, that's not looking like it has any traction. And yes, Rich DM, it is, yeah, Shiba Inu coin is pretty much, it's a joke. It's, they want it to take down Dogecoin, but Dogecoin is also a meme. But I don't know. I always feel like I miss the boat on that kind of stuff. Like, I do stay away. Yeah, I stay away from it. Oh, Coinbase. So I you guys, I had Bitcoin back in 2014 and I sold them for like $600. I'd like one and a half. I bought them at like $1,000. And that year we started this off. Here's a good loop back to the original portion of the video. In 2014, I had credit card debt that I was about to have to pay high interest on. I had rolled it over into one of those 0% offers, but it was coming to an end. And I thought, here I have this Bitcoin that I bought for 1,000 and it's now worth $600. Like a whole Bitcoin was $1,000 back then. But I was like, well, let me do the responsible thing and pay off my high interest credit card debt. I will just sell my Bitcoin at a loss and I will pay this high interest credit card debt with the proceeds. Like that was fun when it lasted, but I've lost $400, which is a lot of money to me. I had no business investing in Bitcoin. So I sold my Bitcoin in 2014 at a loss. And I kick myself in the pants every day for that. No, not really. Like you can't, you don't know what you never know what the future holds. That was the right decision for me at the time. And even if I would have held on to my Bitcoin, I probably would have sold it way before it hit these highs. Now I'm dollar cost averaging back into Bitcoin and a little bit of Ethereum. And I got my $5 in Shiba Inu from Webull. But anyway, Coinbase was part of all that nonsense. And so I'm bitter about my Bitcoin. So I haven't used Coinbase since I sold my Bitcoin. I'll make a video on that one day, you guys. I have a lot of missed opportunities. When I first got furloughed, I wanted to buy some stock in Tesla. If I would have done that in March of 2020, I would have a lot of money right now. But I would have had to put all my money in Tesla, and I would never recommend an investor to put all their money into one stock because that's too risky. But it was something that I thought about that I didn't do, and I missed out. I'll rename the channel Day Late and Dollar Short Shelly. Dollar Short Shelly, Shelly's Shorts. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, okay. Power to the People said, you guys just take a look at this about please, no disrespect, just trying to get info out there. Power to the people. I don't see what you're asking us to look at. I probably have my settings filtered so that maybe you can't leave links, possibly. Are you able to let us know what you're telling us to look at? Carlos says, my UI claim shows zero balance. EDD email states I qualify for an extension. How long do I wait for a result? So there are no extensions available anymore. If you got that email and your claim balance is zero, that is most likely just like an auto-generated message that they sent out, but all of the extensions are expired now. Hi, Kira. Debbie says workplaces are toxic, mostly because they want you to do 5 jobs and cover the floor, the phone, and the incoming stock truck to merchandise the aisles, interviewing constantly, and it's dismal. Debbie Hall, you know what's up. But if you can do all those things, I'm sure you're very highly employable. But yeah. And isn't it the worst when you're on the floor and it's like there's a million people all needing assistance at one? Movie theaters are interesting because it's like retail, but it's not exactly like retail, right? All movies pretty much start at 7. So that's exactly when everybody comes from 6:45 to 7:30. And sometimes when the delivery trucks are late, they arrive right in the middle of all that, and you just have to say, leave it. And I'll sign for it. I hope all the bottles of water and popcorn seat are there. I'll sign for it later, because you just can't get away from it. And yeah, the phone's ringing, you got a line 20 deep in front of you. It's interesting, but I love it also. I love when it's fast paced like that. And certainly some of the things surrounding the pandemic are making it harder. There's a lot of extra stuff to keep up on, and it's constantly changing. Swiss Citrion. Did I say that right? You can't beat yourself up over it. You made the right decision at the time. Yes, absolutely. And so now I can only change how I invest now, which is dollar cost averaging. If I put like $1 a week into Bitcoin, which isn't much, but like whatever, it's, I'll get to 1,000 in a long time. Not 1,000 Bitcoins, $1,000 in Bitcoin. But I'm having fun. I always just did my 401k, but now I'm really like learning more about investing. And yeah, you don't know. And I did make the right decisions for myself at the right time. But it's almost like winning the lottery where you think like, oh, what if I would have done this? And then you're like, why didn't I do that? Tommy Ton says, my apologies for the confusion. UI ends 11/7/2021. I worked 12 months prior to the UI term at a company for 2 years and will file again soon. If I can't find W-2 work or earn $1,300, what should I expect? So the claim would probably be denied. So when you first filed your claim, so you would have filed your claim If your benefit year ends 11/7 of 2021, that means you filed your claim 11/10 probably of 2020. It's like a few days difference usually from the start date and the end date of your claim. So your benefit year most likely began early November of 2020. Have you done any work since originally filing your claim? Because that's really the requirement. Before you look back 12 months or 18 months and worry about the earnings requirement, the big requirement is, have you done any work since filing your original claim? So you do need to show attachment to the workforce in order to qualify for that new claim. If you have not worked since filing your original claim, the expectation would be that they would deny the new claim. I hate saying that to people, but that is what's supposed to happen. They're not supposed to approve it unless you've done some work since filing the original claim. Serena ASMR says, I just ended a seasonal job that was only 3 weeks. Can I file for unemployment again? I was on an extension for COVID unemployment. So when you file the new claim, so that would not be a back-to-back claim since you've worked a little bit. But since it's not a back-to-back claim and you're reporting a new employer, the wages, if it was 3 weeks like right now and it just ended, those wages wouldn't be in the base period yet. Let me pull up that little thing. And then once I find it, I need to hold on. So those wages wouldn't be captured in the EDD base period yet. I typed in NACE, not NACE, base period. Let's look at the images. Okay, so. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Why is this not? Show me the photo. Boy. Okay. This is dumb. Why isn't it just showing me one picture? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this for you. All right, whatever. We're just going to have to do it like this. All right, so we are in October right now. So they're going to be looking at the most recent month that they're going to pull is June of 2021. So they are not yet looking at the months of July, August, or September, or this month, October yet. So the base period that they look at when they're determining if you qualify for a new claim isn't going to count those wages yet. And you're not a back-to-back claim, which is good. That means, that those wages would count, but it's not exactly the same. And those wages are not captured in your base period that you're looking at yet. So for them to include base period wages, even let's say from September or October, if you file in January of 2021, that's when it would include the base period wages from September, and it would be all the way that would be 2022. January 2022 is when it would capture the base period wages from September. And then if you file in April of 2022, that's when it would include September and October. So it's not going to capture those wages for a while, but it never hurt. It also, I'm going to say it again, if you think you might qualify, it never hurts to try and apply and see if you qualify again. But yeah, it may not have caught those base period wages yet. Rich DM is saying, I'm hearing people are getting hit with letters on having to pay back their stimulus checks on taxes. Have I heard of that? I have heard of that. I need to research that more though. Of course, Jenny Silver has a video on that. So check that out if you guys need more information on that. Hopefully that is very, very rare. Also, sometimes you guys, even if it's really important, sometimes I don't like to do it if it's really a small percentage of people that are getting hit with those letters. I can tell you from the comments on today's chat and on the channel, I'm not seeing a lot of my viewers have that problem. Thank goodness. Sometimes I don't like to make those videos because still a lot of you guys watch the videos and I appreciate that. I don't want to worry people unnecessarily, but I have heard of that and hopefully it does not affect any of you. Debbie says, it's a money thing, trying to find the right pay versus the labor intensity. Still, while trying to get EDD contact to pick up their phone, I want to hermitize on and off. I don't know what hermitize means. Does that mean just like stay in your shell and not come out of the house and never do anything again? Because if that's what that means, sometimes I want to hermitize as well. Um, so yeah, it is tricky, right? Because like with our business, we have been able now to bring back every employee that wants to come back. You guys heard me say for so long that I had about 7 that we weren't able to bring back. We have brought back everybody that wants to come back. We're even you guys, I've worked for the company so long, and look how I smile when I talk about the company, right? Like I've done it for 25 years. Obviously, I like it. Um, We've even been able to bring back 2 people from our corporate office back to our location because they hadn't been called back to corporate yet. And these are 2 so where I work, we've rebuilt and we were on one side of the building and we relocated to a different side of the building. Like we got like a remodel and we fancy now. Um, and these 2 people that we brought back from corporate, they're people that worked for me on the other when we were not fancy, and so I'm so happy to have them back with us. But I understand it from our employer's perspective too, the reason why we're needing to do more work, right? Business levels, even though they were good this weekend, they're not what they were before, right? So our business levels aren't where they were before, and the number of people coming into the building, that's the same as the business level. Sorry, cost of goods are higher also. Like that popcorn seed cost us more to get it to the building. Nacho cheese, there's national shortages on nacho cheese. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. And then they sent us some chips and they tasted weird. So obviously we're not serving weird chips to people. And I have to contact our distributor on that. Be like, why'd you send me these weird chips? And they're not expired. It's not like something that's been sitting in their warehouse through all of the quarantine. They taste bad. So we can't serve those. So now it's fighting with the vendor to give us credit. If they won't give us credit, then we lose that. And yeah, they're trying to balance also making a profit with bringing people back. And how do you do that? Now, we were probably overstaffed for a little while. I'm going to be honest about that. Like it was a luxury, but now we're compensating for it the other way now. Bye, Rich. See me on Twitter. Oh, Yada Bank. Yada Bank is really good, guys. I'm going to talk about Yada Bank. I'm going to do 2 more questions and then I'm going to go visit my mom. If you're able to save money, do it with Yada Bank. I'm just going to show you guys what I've made. Now, this is in a little over a year. Wells Fargo, when I had my savings account with Wells Fargo, I would get like literally a penny a month, right? Um, and that sucks. Who cares about a penny a month, right? No one. I can't make this bigger, but okay. So I put in $25 into my savings account each week. And in the past year, you get prizes, which is where most of the money has come. And then you also get a savings reward. So $25.90, still better than Wells Fargo, but they do it like a little lottery and it's fun. Ooh, here's my top picks this week. I've got 3. The lottery ends tonight, so I'm not gonna I've won 15 cents so far this week. Still better than the penny, and I still have a chance if I match the Yada number to win 10 bucks this week. Like, so I just like Yada Bank because if you're saving money anyway, the 15 cents a week or whatever doesn't add up to much. But $300, that's like a credit card payment. That's a car payment. Maybe not these days. But like $300 is nothing to sneeze at in a year. But it's little amounts every week. 15 cents here, 2.99 there. One of my viewers that used my Yada Bank referral link won $100 one week. So that's awesome. And then that's your money. So Rich, if you're still in here, like I really love Yada Bank. I should have also mentioned that to the person who was with Ally Bank. Yada Bank, their interest rate can be a little bit higher than Ally Bank on your first $10,000 in savings. Okay, I'm going to stop that now. Dal wants to know, if you collected unemployment, can you still get the stimulus? Yes, but from what I'm reading, if unemployment was your only source of income in 2020, then you would not qualify for the stimulus. So you needed to have some other forms of income that contributed to your AGI, your adjusted gross income, in order to qualify for the stimulus. Brandy says, it's irritating seeing other YouTubers clickbaiting every other day with titles like more support unemployment benefits on the way or the fourth unemployment extension. That's why I come to you. Thank you. Yeah. And that was something that I went through on my channel, right? Even when I was posting a little bit more regularly than I am now, I tried not to make stimulus videos unless something was actually happening. I look up to the channels that are able to publish multiple videos a day, but I don't need to know every breath someone took, every little thought that they had about the stimulus, every negotiation back and forth, because that's not what really matters, right? What we really want to know is, are we getting more money or are we not? And I think it's wrong in general to get people's hopes up, um, only to let them down. I did make a video about AOC's unemployment extension because I wanted people to at least know that there was somebody, even if it was just lip service, that was putting the word out there that there should be an unemployment extension. But even in that video, I was very careful to say that even she didn't really think it was likely to pass. And that's one of my favorite videos, just because I think it kind of shows how far I've like improved my YouTube skills or whatever. I'm really proud of the thumbnail on that video and stuff. But yeah, even when I wasn't working and I could have potentially made a video, a morning edition and a night edition, why drag people through that emotionally if nothing's actually going to happen? Okay. Cerna says, Cerna's explaining to Daniel. So let me read Daniel's question and then Cerna's response, Serena's response. I'm so sorry. Um, and then, man, I need new glasses. um, and then I'm going to head out and hang out with my mom today. Okay, so Daniel says, why is it that in California they want people to only be working 4 to 5 hours and not get full time? This is absurd. I have found many jobs, but all they offer is 6 hours maximum and about 4 days a week. So Daniel, just to be completely transparent, yeah. Serena's got it right. They don't want to provide insurance. Also, Daniel, I'm going to say this right now, especially because of the great resignation. Maybe take one of those jobs. If you like it, if you get a good vibe about the company in general, um, maybe take one of those jobs. Like sometimes, right? Like at the movie theater, our attendance varies. When we get new movies, we're busy, and then when it slows down, we're less busy and we have less hours. But so we always tell people that we can't guarantee hours, right? But with that said, if someone calls out sick and you're on a 4-hour shift, we're going to offer it to you. If you have good open availability and we're like, oh, we can only bring you on for 4 days, and then someone calls out sick, we're going to call you. Um, Somebody who wants to work, even in these businesses that say that they're only offering 4 to 6 hours, up to 4 days, my guess is that they will probably be able to offer you more hours. So yeah. Oh, Serena is wanting to be a social media it says a social media man. You be a social media man, Serena. I'm gonna guess that that says manager. I just followed someone on Instagram. Let me see if I can figure out who that is. I need somebody to do that for me and that's something that I might look into also. Get your side hustle, and Serena, by your name, I'm guessing that you have a channel. So you guys check out Serena's channel. Um, Let me see, because I don't know if she's hiring, but like she totally stopped working for someone else and she's doing social media management. Who that? Does it show me who I don't know how to use Instagram. I need a social media manager. Following. Will it tell me who I'm recently following? Nope. It won't. Ba, 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 ba. No, it sure doesn't show me my recently following. Anyway, sort by default. I don't know. Here's a oh, date followed latest. Okay. Is this her? No. Socially Kells. Oh, check out Socially Kells. Have you seen her, Serena? So she even has a class, Become a Social Media CEO, pre-sale opens. So she's trying to sell you something. But a lot of times I bet she but you can probably get most of that information for free, just not in one place if you look. But I'm liking her account. And I'm liking learning more about what social media managers do. And I feel like I need a social media manager to deal with all my impersonators. Okay. Abel Cool says, I'm not working. I've applied for rent relief. So far, no news. Hopefully, you will hear soon and hopefully, you'll get a really great job soon. Okay. Debbie's got to go. Um, Oh, the phone call. Yes, I will be live at Monday night. Jenny is massively slammed and missing her live. So glad that I remain. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, Jenny is, man, that girl can hustle. If I had whew, I actually haven't even messaged her because I've been really busy too. And she owes me a collaboration. Michael, you tell her. Sometimes she watches my lives. I want her to help me set up like my website and all of that, and I will pay her her rate to do that. She's been making videos with Wix, but I know she also likes a website called Kajabi or like I don't know what Kajabi is, but because you guys, I'm not really branded very well, like I'm just really me. I didn't know I'd be doing all this, but now me is kind of a business. So Jenny Silver, business coach for creatives, that's me. And I'm gonna have her help me and I will pay her and then we'll both make videos about it and then hopefully YouTube will pay us. That's the plan. Okay, Daniel, it sounds like we got to gamble with our welfare. I would love to see our politicians get a slave minimum wage and go through the same living standards we are dealing with. I, yeah, I think politicians make way too much. And they're supposed to work for us and they have no idea what it's like. No idea. I'm not making minimum wage, luckily. Um, but my mom lives off of government assistance. All she gets, um, it's not SSI, it's a type of SSI, and then she also gets a small VA pension. But of course, they like the EDD, when they reduce your wages based on how much you earned once you do return to work, they reduce her Social Security income by her VA pension amount, and it's less than $1,100 a month, which is why I think that would be a really fascinating video to make so that you guys see how she budgets and how she lives almost as a cautionary tale. That's probably why I have gotten so good with money. My mom is my reason why. I would love my sweater blends in with my wall. But I would love to be able to get her whatever kind of doctor's care that she wants. I would love to, you know, just whenever she needs something to have the extra money to just get it for her without a thought. And I'm certainly not at that place, but that is my goal and that is why. All right, you guys. Um, I will be going live again tomorrow at 9 p.m. If you haven't already, please like the video. Let me know what questions you guys have. Thank you so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.